Some breaking news out of Turkey. An explosion has brought devastation to the center of the Turkish city of Istanbul. The blast happened in a crowded pedestrian area near Taksim Square. Authorities say several people...
Taksim is one of the most populated areas. It's the Times Square of Istanbul, okay? It's the Times Square of Turkey.
People have been killed and injured. Social media footage...
They're saying the number is 11. I've also heard someone in the chat was saying that there's up to 81 people injured, which makes sense because it is a deeply, deeply dense area.
Shows crowds fleeing the site of the blast. The cause of the explosion is yet unknown. For more, let's cross over now to DW correspondent.
This is the reason why I didn't talk about it, because we don't know who did it. We don't know why they did it. You know, we don't know.
The Hasan in Istanbul.
And for people saying, is this an inside job by Erdogan? We don't know, man. No one knows yet.
What do we know at this hour, and what exactly did Turkey's president say?
Well, President Erdogan addressed the press before heading to the G20 summit in Bali. He confirmed that at least 6 people were killed and 53 people at least were injured in this blast, which he called a bomb attack, a treacherous attack.
Yeah, it's a terror attack, but we don't know what the motives are yet.
Which smells of terrorism. And he vowed to identify and punish all those responsible. Now, this explosion occurred at 4:20 p.m. local time in the center of Istanbul, on Istiklal Avenue, which is one of the main, if not the main, shopping boulevards here in this city of 16 million people. It is very popular with both locals and tourists. Thousands, if not tens of thousands of people are walking on that street every day, particularly on a Sunday like today. I actually heard the sound of the explosion because I live nearby, but I initially didn't think it was an explosion, and certainly not of that extent and scope until the first breaking news came in. Now, after that, chaotic scenes have unfolded. I've seen many helicopters, police, ambulances. Lots of people didn't know where to go. Traffic is severely restricted and limited, so people are trying to walk from A to B. There are huge crowds of people outside right now. Many are in shock and disbelief. This is certainly a very dark day for Istanbul and for Turkey.
Now, do we know anything?
This is a wild take, by the way, from New York Times World. Of the tens of millions of tourists from around the world who visit Turkey each year, many spend time in the area where Sunday's bombing took place. Now, I understand when, like, what happened in Seoul ended up killing, nationals from the United States and other countries, and people always bring up their own nationals when they die overseas. That's normal. But this literally makes it seem as though, like, Turkish people are just cannon fodder. People are saying that they're currently, like, all the Turks in my chat are saying that they're using VPNs at the moment to access websites. And that there's like a media ban currently. Here's Ragıp Soylu. It says Turkish government restricted internet access to social media sites throughout the country. Yet senior officials continue to make statements and offer their condolences on Twitter. You cannot access not only Twitter but Instagram, YouTube, TikTok without VPN in Turkey right now. The context of the people who weren't paying attention to the news coming out of Turkey. Here's another update by Ragıp. He says 39 of the 81 wounded have been discharged from the hospital. 5 are in intensive care, 2 are in critical condition. The suspect sat on a bench for 40 to 45 minutes, left, and then 1 to 2 minutes later, the explosion took place, exploded on its own or with a remote. Turkey is officially considering the explosion as a terrorist act perpetrated by a female attacker detonating the bomb, says the Turkish vice president. He also says the number of wounded in Istanbul attack is 81. 2 of them are in critical condition. This was earlier. It was 6 killed, 53 wounded. An idle bag exploded. A woman suspect videotape. Broadcast ban imposed. Internet throttled. Erdogan is suspending that this was a terror attack.